Every year, thousands of Indian women move abroad for work, to Germany as well. And Germany is slowly becoming one of the top choices. Why? Strong economy, stable systems, equal opportunities, gender equality, at least on paper. But here is a question we almost never ask honestly. After spending several years in Germany, if you had to choose again, would you still choose this country? Not from a tourist lens, not from LinkedIn success posts, but after years of work, system, compromises, and growth, would you still choose German? So, this is a multi episode conversation on Indian women in German workplaces. And in this episode, we will talk about a lot of things. We will talk about why Germany, what it gave to the people who have been here for years, and what it quietly took away. Also, we are going to cover in the next episodes of this series little deeper into gender equality, power dynamics, motherhood, identity, and belonging. So today's guest has lived and worked across regions, India, Middle East, and Germany, and brings a rare and balanced perspective. Let's begin. Namaste. Delighted to have Ramandeep Kaur with us today for this podcast in Indian Women in German Workplaces. Raman happens to be a friend, a neighbor, and also mother of my daughter's best friend. So we thought that हम लोग बहुत सारी बातें वैसे भी करते रहते हैं, and she is a very good storyteller. So why don't we just get on camera and record the things so that it stays there and it is useful for people who are considering Germany as an option to move for study or work, and the people who are there already and have a lot of questions in their mind. Yeah, so we are going to have a lot of talk, a lot of questions straight going over to Raman. And I'm very excited about this episode. Welcome, Raman.
Thank you, Yojana. I'm excited too.
Yes. I will start with this. देखी है सारी दुनिया, जापान से लेके रशिया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया से लेके अमेरिका.
But we are made in India.
Germany क्यों? Why
I know.
Germany? Let's
I thi-
get straight to this question. Why did you choose Germany? Because I know that you have lived in other countries as well. You were in Middle East. From India, you went to Middle East, stayed there for some time, and then you moved to Germany, and now you're a German citizen. So this was a
Yeah.
big decision, right? So what made it happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think Bollywood had not discovered Germany and IT did.
That's a good
So
one.
I won't say I or we discovered Germany. I think Germany discovered us. So in between the struggle of managing life and work, because I have also lived in US for a while. I have lived in Middle East for a while. And when being big an Indian from heart, I always wanted to live in India and never move out of India.
Okay.
So went back to India with a kid,
Okay.
and then realized that it's not gonna be as easy as I thought it would be. So the
Yeah.
thing is, because of all that struggles with work, with life, with the child, and we decided that no, it's not gonna work. And I was always a working woman. I come from a family of working women. So for me, it was really hard to think of leaving my job and just taking care of the baby. I mean, I wanted to always work. So, and that was not really going that well. So we started searching for opportunities, and we thought,
Sorry to interrupt so that people don't get confused.
"Mhm,
It's a story of somebody who moved back to India, because nowadays we are getting a lot of stories, and people are talking a lot about the stories where people are moving back to India. But there are several stories when they move back, but they still go back to some other country. We will talk about these things, why it happens, and things around it. But yeah, in Raman's case, he went back to India, and then you moved to Dubai, right? After that.
yeah, we always went back to India. So we went back from US to India, but that time we didn't have a kid. So we didn't feel the hurt that much of work-life balance. But when we went back from Bahrain, my daughter was born in Bahrain.
Okay.
And then I insisted that I want to go back to India, even though my husband was pretty happy with his job and everything.
Mhm.
And we went back to India, and we went back to Bangalore, in fact, because I really loved the city. I fell in love in Bangalore with my husband. I loved the city. And I
You fell
always
in love?
wanted.
Okay.
So
So
I met
your
him
love
there,
story started
began
from
in
Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah. And then I thought, okay, we bought a home in Bangalore. We thought that will be our place where we'll settle down.
Mhm.
And then from Bahrain, we went back to India, and I started my work. And you know, with a child, it's a different reality. As a working woman with a child, it's a different reality. When you are single or when you are only two, you don't realize how much work it is at home, because you just eat out, you just don't go home, you don't care what time you're reaching home.
Mhm.
And with a baby, it was then the life was nannies, maids, and
Mhm.
always matching. Are you home? Am I home? How long we are spending with her? Are we are so that struggle for 2.5 years made us realize that this is not the way we want to live. So,
Mhm.
and I just abruptly just quit my job because it was not happening. I was not at home enough for her, and it was making me guilty at work as a mother. It
Yeah.
was making me guilty at home as an employee. So it was not something in my heart. I was not 100% anywhere.
Yeah. So that's interesting, Raman. So you were not happy in India despite of all the help you were getting because you left your job and you always wanted to work. But then wasn't it challenging? How did you make up your mind to settle in a new country, go and explore a new country, especially a European country where we all know from different sources, the workload on women increases manyfold. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
only the office work, but the domestic work as well.
Household, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a big question because many people
Yeah.
criticize living in Europe especially
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that very reason. Nothing else but बहुत काम करना पड़ता है, ये भी करना पड़ता है, वो भी करना पड़ता
exactly.
है.
No,
तो
I
Germany
think
फिर क्यों चुना? Coming back to my question. I
I
will
think it
have my coffee
yeah,
while
I
we are talking.
understand
Yeah.
that. Of course. I mean, we didn't. So we tried few places. So it is where the opportunity came, because at the end of the day, you have to have a job to move somewhere. So
Hmm.
and we found. So my husband found a job, and it was not like we are coming to Germany because we know how life is in Germany. We had no idea, frankly speaking,
Okay.
and we just thought, okay, let's give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And also I knew about it because I had friends living in Europe, US, and I knew the work life balance is better than India. So that was only one hope, and I had no job then. I just came because anyways I was not working in India, and I thought, okay, I'll just come. We'll explore it for a year or two, because we had always moved out of India every 2 years. So for us it was not a big deal. So we had that risk-taking capacity. Let's move and come back. If that doesn't work, we'll come back. So that was not an issue with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we just came. So I think it was a big risk for sure. And that I realized only when we came after a week, when we started going out. And I realized, oh my God, we have come to a wrong country. Because you don't understand anything. It's like an alien land for somebody 15 years ago, because it's very, now I think it's easier. Even
Yeah.
Berlin has upgraded a lot in case of language and in case of cosmopolitization, or you can say in case of people coming in.
Hmm.
But it was really alien land, and it wasn't easy for sure. So
Yeah.
I didn't decide to go for work immediately. I thought, okay, but I think it's always like initial step. It's always tough to move to a different place. I mean, when I moved from my hometown to Bangalore, it was not easy.
Yeah,
It
of
was
course.
same. So it,
Migration is always difficult.
exactly. So, but you know, as Indians, we are very adaptable people. I think there is that thing which we always grow up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you start exploring, you think of, okay, I should learn the language. You start seeing the hindrances one after another. And the first hindrance, okay, the language is really making me feel very foreign here, even though I know English, but doesn't work, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The first time in my realize as an Indian, I was not proud of English so well. So it was like, okay, we, and okay, how English, we don't need English. It was
Yeah.
like that, you know.
Yeah, I will just add, you know what is very comfortable, I find very comfortable in Germany? but that is not true in English speaking countries and not in India at all, is to, with confidence and without any guilt, without any shame, say, my English is not so good. So my Deutsch is nicht so gut. My English is not so good. My this
Yeah.
is, but still you survive, you learn, everybody's
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Even if you just
Yeah.
speak a few words of the local language, people are happy and
Yeah.
they are
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a
That's
very
that's true.
comforting thing.
That's very appreciative of these people. If you just try, they don't point out the mistake. They in fact try to understand you, and the other
Yeah.
person starts speaking so slowly to you that you start picking up few words. I mean, I really met amazing people initially, even though I used to open the translator and translate and say things to them, but I still have a very good friend who doesn't speak a word of English.
Uh-huh.
And because of her, I started trying to speak few words of German. And I think we spent a lot of time together because our daughters were in same kita and same kindergarten.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you built up, you pick up from there, and you remembered from where you came from. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that we didn't have struggles back home. So
Yeah, yeah. So, what we can summarize it as that Germany, you didn't choose Germany, but kind of Germany chose you.
Yeah.
Now, the next question is, after spending like 15 years, how many
yeah,
years? have you been?
14
Yeah.
years now.
14 years?
Almost 12 years, I think.
Yeah. And having looked at everything else by yourself or distant or through others' experiences, would you still choose Germany?
I would say yeah, because the last 12 years being working, I started working then, but the support system you get because of the social system here,
Yeah.
I could work without guilt. So that was the only motivation for me to leave India in the first place. And the support system of kindergarten, you are leaving your child in a place where you don't have to worry about the safety. How is she going to spend the whole day? Because it's built for the kids of that age.
Yeah.
And that made me really happy initially.
Yeah, you made a very good point because many a times we say that in India we get a lot of support system, nannies and drivers and uh, kindergartens and other things. But then the same time, the safety issues which keep us always in a kind of stress, even if we are away, we are and somebody's taking care. But yeah, you hear those scary stories and then you are no longer comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we also had a nanny at home. She was trustworthy.
Mhm.
But after a certain age, your child is one. Now,
Huh.
the child is not learning anything from that nanny. So
Yeah.
I mean, the nannies we have in India are not trained to have
Yeah.
toddlers, And here, when you leave your child in kindergarten, it's a group which is trained, and the teachers or the Erserin, you call them caretakers. They are trained to handle kids of that age. They give them
Correct.
puzzles, so it's that way. If you see the quality your child is spending the whole day is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, the quality of care that the kindergartens give, and
Yeah,
almost at no cost. Because
exactly.
in India these days, at a very primary level, you are spending a fortune
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
the kind of care you want for your children, for the middle class, the working middle class I'm talking about, right?
yes,
So
yes.
that's a big challenge and a big point. Yeah, of course. Now, instead of comparing India and Germany, let's move to Middle East because this is also a very good option people consider for when they think about, living long term outside
Yeah,
India.
yeah.
So, having lived in Bahrain, how would you compare Middle East to European countries, especially Germany, with regard to working women?
I didn't work there. One reason was Bahrain is not as such a huge place where there's a huge industry as such. So I tried, but the problem was it was not easy as a woman to go anywhere in the country. It's a small country, but still there are places where nobody would say a woman should go alone or maybe go in a cab or something. So it was not. Even though I found two jobs, then the friends of my husband and everybody saying, no, you're not going to go there, and you should not, you know, you should not go in any office you get job in. It's not. And I also was not very comfortable when I went for interviews
Yeah.
So I don't think so I can compare Bahrain and Germany as such. And at the end, I just decided I will just take a break. And because I was always working before that, me, it was not a problem to just take a break, plan a family, and after having a baby, just enjoy that time with the child. So I don't think so easily compare. But if I would have gotten a job, even there, nannies are easily available. So
Mhm.
it's like India, you have Indian people there working. But again, the quality, I don't know. I can't talk about that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And now coming to the German workplaces. So, if I ask you that, what is one thing that you like the most about working in German companies?
The foremost thing I would say work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
mean, the respect of your time. The respect of your time. And it's not that the work is not getting done. The work is getting done. It's just that even as an employee, I am more dedicated for those 8 hours I am at work. And as an employer, they know that my time ends at 5. It ends at 5.
Hmm.
So this balance which gives me time to create my own life. I can have a hobby. I can have a class for dance starting at 5:30, and nobody can say me, oh no, is that more important to you? Because it's my time. I can do whatever I want with that time. So I think work-life balance plays a huge role, and whole life evolves around that then.
Yes.
So
Yeah. After a while, when you have earned enough money to have a stable life, I think these things which we keep on the back burner plays a very important role when it comes to job satisfaction.
yeah.
Right. Okay. And one thing that frustrates you a lot, is there something?
Initially, yeah, the directness of people in office, I mean, it did frustrate me. Not exactly frustrate, I was taken aback. How can somebody reply me like that?
Yeah.
Because Germans are very direct people and they say no on face. If they will not try mincing their words and say, okay, I will try to help you. If they don't know, they don't know. If they don't have time, they don't have time.
Mm.
So initially, because of this cultural difference, because as Indians, we are always taught be polite.
Yeah.
चाहे बैक का हेड भी आप गाली निकाल रहे हो बट आप जुबान पे हमेशा पोलाइट रहोगे
Correct.
सो वो it was very tough for me. So
Hmm.
I used to take it personally. So but
Hmm.
the moment that person says something to you which you think is rude and it's very normal for the other person, 1 hour later he will come and say, come, let's go for lunch. And I was like, what the hell? He just talked to me so rudely. But then because it was also for me a cultural shock, and then I realized, no, they don't mix professional and personal lives. And
Hmm.
it's the answer was professional, and now we are colleagues, friends, whatever. So initially it used to hurt me, but I don't think so now there is anything. I think sometimes I feel I have also become half of them. I have adopted half of the culture
The
at work.
traits, the German
Yeah,
cultural traits.
German traits. Yeah.
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 Okay. If you compare today's India and Germany, because since you left, things have changed a lot in India as well. Um, at least from a cosmetic point of view, I would say, because I'm also away for a long time,
Yeah.
especially in the workplace. But knowing the people, your friends over there, any story that you would like to share that may compare the Indian workplace culture as compared to the German workplace culture from a ethical, from work-life balance expectations standpoint.
I think positive I have heard from my friends that the new generation, maybe the Gen Z, has entered the workforce and they say
Mhm.
they are not as obeying as we used to be. I don't like this
Obeying.
word. We
Obey.
are an obeying generation. Millennials
Yeah.
are highly obeying generation, and I think they say that Gen Z, or you say the new generation who are in their 20s, late
Mhm.
20s, early 30s, they are not as such. They have a life out of work. So they have hobbies. They go, they are, if because I have seen when I was working, if you're single, it's considered you don't have to go home. You don't have anybody at home waiting for you. So just log in office as long as you can. But now it's different, which I feel is very positive.
Yeah.
But I would still say I have friends who have WhatsApp with whole project manager, project lead, office team, and all.
Mhm.
And I don't. So for me, maybe because I think like that now, it's a private thing. My WhatsApp is a private thing, and I don't want to talk about work on WhatsApp, and I don't want to be reachable 24/7 because somebody has sent me a WhatsApp message.
Yeah.
And that is happening. Work-life balance is still, I won't say in every company, but have people who are still suffering because of that,
Yeah.
especially work from home means there is no end of the work day.
Yeah.
So that is still happening.
Yeah. If I look back at when I was working back in India, I worked for GlaxoSmithKline for 10 years, and I don't know how the IT system is because my husband was in IT, and I have seen him slog like anything. But in my company, the work-life balance was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so I will never complain about work-life balance and such pressures in companies like JSK, pharma multinationals. But definitely in small companies, the Indian local based, ownership
Yeah.
companies, family ran firms, the culture definitely is something which should be improved
Mm.
for a better workforce and a
Yeah.
happier workforce. That's,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely there is no debate
Yeah.
around it.
Of
Uh,
course.
yeah. But yeah, it's pleasant to see that and hear from you, for example, that yeah, the Gen Z entering the workforce and trying to enforce a better work culture. However, in next few years, we are going to see a lot of changes. Let's see how it affects different
Yeah.
countries. Yeah,
Yeah. Of
including
course.
Europe and developing countries like India. Yeah. Okay, coming back to this, I have a long list of questions for you in front of me, and I'm going through that. Um, what is one thing working women gain in Germany?
I think
Apart from
independence.
work-life balance, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It also is associated again with work-life balance. One thing we gain is no guilt.
Yeah,
So
because see, I want to dig more around what you're learning as a professional, because of course you're getting work-life balance, you're getting more time, so you're building a happier life. But
yeah.
many times we also say that Germany is not as efficient as we used to think of it. It is a slow, perfection-oriented system, but pretty
Yeah.
slow and inefficient as compared to many countries, especially the Asian
Mm.
countries, where each minute counts and they want to increase the efficiency as much as possible to fraction of minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So here the things are very slow and they will take their own time. If somebody is going on leave, you can't stop them, but then the project. So if you can shed some light on the work aspects and as an individual, as a professional, how do I grow if I'm in a German system? So that if I have to move to some other country, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm rotten. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it again comes down to how you respect people's time. I mean, of course, mm, it's a political debate going on today that okay, China is very efficient, but do you see how people are logging themselves there? Do you see if they have personal life? You don't see that, right? So
Hmm.
I don't think we are inefficient here in Germany. It depends on innovation and all. It's a very high up debate if you get into that. But I
Hmm.
think it's so first question, that what do working women gain? They
Yeah.
gain the equal opportunity because you don't have to leave early for no, but not that you are leaving at 5 and others are men are sitting till 9 because you have to leave for kids. So that way you gain equal opportunity, so which is a
Hmm.
huge thing because you are as equally applicable for a promotion, as equally available as others. So
That's a very, yeah, you said it in a very right way with the right example. I really appreciate it.
yeah, so that opportunity wise you get more confidence, you feel worth it, you don't have to stay home, nobody at home is telling you because you were not available the child didn't do the good in test, or because
Mhm.
so all those things, and also your mindset changes, you evolve. You become a mother. I am a mother, I wouldn't be in India. I also give more responsibility to my kid
Hmm.
because I know she has to be independent herself. So I don't feel guilty if I don't make one day lunch for her because she's old enough to manage it on her own. And that I wouldn't have expected from my kid if I would have been in India with three maids who will give a glass of water when you enter home, because she also sees that everything has to be done by us. And plus your husbands, partners, whosoever you live with, they are equally responsible for household tasks. As it's not a woman's task to manage home 100%. Of course, I would say inherently it's a woman's task to manage kitchen inventory or everything, but at the end of the day, if there is no food in fridge, whosoever comes home first is responsible for that.
Mhm.
So all that you gain because you have this time, you have the mindset change that okay, I am appreciated at job because
Yeah.
I am also there 100%. So
Very well said. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I will come to my last question of this episode. If an Indian woman is watching this and considering Germany as one of the options, what is one thing she must think through before making
mm,
this decision? Because everybody has a different personality. Yeah,
yeah.
people think monetarily and people think for like in terms of quality of life. There are several aspects. So, what
Mm.
would you suggest to think very carefully about their life and their personality before making this change?
I think whenever you're planning a shift, you have to be open to the challenges, whether it doesn't matter, Germany, US, whatever. But the big challenge here is language, which will definitely hinder you from many things, you know.
Hmm.
You have to come with a really open mindset. The culture is very different. You don't gain friends like you just join a new office in India and you have 10 friends. Here, it doesn't work like that. People keep their guard really high. They are professionally in office as colleagues, and at home, they don't become your friends so easily. It doesn't. I'm not saying that they don't become your friends at all, but they don't. They are not so open that okay, we just went out. We are in office and we just went out for dinner. No, it doesn't work like
Yeah.
that. So you have to be really open to integrate yourself. I mean, I feel because we grow very different society than India, so you have to come with this mindset that please try to integrate yourself. You are here; they are not in your country. So go out for lunch with people. Don't always hesitate to say what you wanna say. That
Yeah.
also matters. Even if you question them 100 times, they really appreciate it. They don't get irritated, and they appreciate your involvement. So I feel as I didn't do it. I used to feel if even if it's for work, if I question something, I used to feel, my God, this person will think I'm irritating him 100 times, but
Yeah.
they don't irritate it. They appreciate the fact that you want to dig deeper. And also, I think language is a huge, huge plus point. If you know it a bit, please put effort on that. Then I would say be ready to take ownership. Like I would say be Atmanirbhar, literally. So at least know basic cooking, because I think that's also
No
something
spoon
to
feeding.
in
Yeah.
India. It's not a given.
Yeah.
It's also extra added skill.
Yeah, and indeed in India, I mean, this definitely applies, I think, to most of the workplaces, including my own experience, that the managers also want to spoon feed because they have to show their manageriality,
Exactly.
that they're managers.
Exactly.
At the same time,
Yeah.
so they are micromanaging a lot. That happens a
Exactly.
lot in India, the micromanagement. And
Mm.
your subordinates are also of that, yes, ma'am, yes, sir mentality, whatsoever
Mm.
be the case, but that is mostly there, and they will
Yeah.
come to you without a plan, but more with questions so that you can be guided through, which is
Yeah.
very different from here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, here we don't have a hierarchy as such in office. Of course, there is a manager, but everybody has the work assigned and we are self-responsible for that work,
Hmm.
answerable for that. And it's not that my manager will ping me every day and ask me if I did it. So, and if I'm not able to do it, I have the confidence to go back and say I couldn't do it.
Hmm.
So that hierarchy system, that's what I'm saying, that obeying boss, subordinate, that doesn't work like that here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this will be my last question, but two more questions come to my mind just after this dialogue. One is that's an addition I just want to say for my viewers. So when we talk about German workplaces, especially when we talk about Berlin, it's very cosmopolitan and there are more, I would say, or a big percentage of non-Germans living here.
Yeah.
So when we talk about German workplaces, we don't mean that we are talking only about the Germans, their habits and their values. It's the generic value system and ways of working across most of the German workplaces,
Yeah.
comprising of
The European
employees
countries.
from all over the globe. You will
Yeah.
find more than, I think, 150 nationalities. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Berlin, in Berlin itself,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. In my team, I think we have 6 or 7 nationalities, and even if somebody is German, he's not. Both parents are not German, so they are themselves a mixed race. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's very
it's a
interesting. Yes.
yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah,
Yeah. And the second question I wanted to ask you, Raman, before we close for this episode, um, and it's an information for viewers as well. When we talk about German workplaces, do you have experience or what do you think about? Does it more or less similar to the work culture in rest of the Europe, or it's pretty different?
I have worked with Spain, so I have worked with a team in Spain, and I have traveled there a lot for work. So I think it's a bit different. It's a bit more laid back. Germans are very precise, come sharp at 9, leave sharp at 6. So, but in Spain, it's a bit not like that. Germans will just have their lunch in 20 minutes. They are back to work. They don't take that many breaks. So it's very, but in Spain, it was more like laid back. I loved it initially because it reminded me of India.
Yeah.
So, and they talk more. They are
Yeah.
more, but Germans do not talk that much unnecessarily. Maybe when you know them well, you might crack a joke, but it doesn't happen like you just go and stand at somebody's place and start talking without any
Yeah.
reason. We only talk during lunch. And now I work with Bulgaria. Now the team I'm working with and very close interaction with people in Bulgaria. I think they also talk more than Germans. You can say that. They also explain a lot, which I'm sometimes. So I think yeah, Germany is different, very different. I have worked with US, I have worked with UK for a while. So and in UK, of course, I was interacting mostly with Indians. So then I didn't. But I think German work culture is very precise. If you have questions,
Yeah.
you should have precise questions to ask. You cannot call somebody and then you say, "Oh, I don't remember," or "I have no idea what was my real." They will directly tell you, please have a question ready and then call me.
Yeah.
So it's very precise, and that saves my time too, of course.
Hmm.
So in a
Absolutely.
way, German work culture, and but once you gain that trust that you are good at what you are doing, once you gain that you are serious for your job, they are there to help you. It's not that I have never faced a situation that okay, if somebody can help me, he doesn't want to help me. So that
Mhm.
way, I'm very happy. They are very helpful people when it comes to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. It was really very
Mm.
interesting, and I'm sure we have generated some value for our viewers. Um, and the casual conversations that we used to have,
Yeah.
some at least some essence of it, we will be able to put into the conversations we are having on record. Thank you so much, Raman, and I will see you
Thanks a
soon.
lot. Thanks for having me. Then see you then.
Bye. This conversation reminds us of something important. Any country may be a place of opportunity, but every opportunity comes with a cost: emotional, cultural, personal, right? So the real question is not if a particular country is good or bad for you. The real question is if it is right for you. So this was episode 1 of our multi-episode series on Indian women in German workplaces focused on the choice. And the next episode will talk about gender equality. And after that, we will explore motherhood, identity, and long-term belonging. So if this episode resonated with you, stay tuned and tell me in the comments, would you still choose Germany? If you are in India and or any other country and planning to move to Germany, would you still choose Germany after seeing all the episodes we are doing in the series of Indian Minds in Germany? Or if you are already in Germany, would you like to stay longer? If you want to be part of this series and l- me having a conversation with you, if you have some story that really deserves a platform, write to me and we will talk about it. Okay? So this is Yojana signing off from Indian Minds in Germany. Ciao, ciao.